Hey, Jason.
Hello.
Can you see me and hear me all right?
Yes.
Awesome. So questions. First of all, I apologize to the students. I've got to take off early today. So I've been working with personality shifting and paradigm shifting.
I remember.
And so my real question is, are karmic laws avoidable through chaos magic? Or
You think I would tell you that even if I knew the answer?
I don't know. I mean, it's not conducive to my spiritual or physical condition to do anything that's going to cause myself or other people harm. But I mean,
Why are you asking?
well, I'm asking because, like, the thing I've been struggling with is, like, fucking with other people's will, like their true
Why are you
will.
doing that?
Well, I'm not doing it intentionally. I guess that's the thing.
There's no. Yeah. Okay. What? Let me ask you again. Why are you doing that?
Okay. I guess specifically because one of the taboos I had for a long time was, like, specifically in regards to, like, frivolous hookups, things like that, like things that involve other human beings um, that I deemed like um, aimless, stupid, and and so I'm trying to figure out how to word this better. I guess it's like,
Are you trying to use magic to get laid? Is that what you're telling
no,
me?
no, not at all. That's not at
Because it
all.
kind of is, and not feel bad about it afterwards. Because apparently you
No,
feel bad about it.
no, not at all. It's not like that at all. I guess it's just like, can you legitimately shift to, like, a paradigm of, like, relative morality, like, mentally, or even like emotional relativity.
Sure, you can shift paradigms of relative morality mentally all the time. In fact, people do it all day long, every day. That's generally what people do. But you can't shift absolute morality,
Right.
and it's not mental anyways.
Makes sense. No, I guess I'm just looking for guidance in, like, how far to take this, like, when it comes to, like, personality shifts, and specifically it seems like it already subconsciously happens so much in my daily life because I'm doing a lot right now, in regards to, like,
Yeah, it's
helping.
really simple. It's really simple. Don't be an edgelord.
Right. uh
I mean, but and this was always the issue with chaos magic, right? It became amoral, and because of that, basically left essentially zero cultural footprint. And it just became a pointless aim in sophistry, or excuse me, a pointless exercise in sophistry. And I'm basically the sole survivor from that entire period because I had stopped doing that. It's like there you can't avoid your own humanity,
Right.
and the universe is inflexible in many ways. So one of the benefits of chaos magic or magic in general is that it facilitates you understanding that by driving into it at 65 miles an hour, like a brick wall. So if your question is there a brick wall? The answer is yes. But usually people have to figure that out for themselves.
Well, and to kind of clarify with what I was asking about earlier, it's not so much like anything to do with any kind of sexual interaction. It's just I feel like I have a lot of people who are currently semi-dependent on me, and
You sure it doesn't go both ways?
it doesn't seem to. But I don't think I could ever really be sure until I really looked deeper into it. But I
Mm.
don't feel I guess I don't feel emotional, or I don't feel emotional attachment, especially through meditation and self-realization, in the sense that, um, like I'm pure awareness playing this role of Matthew. It's easy for me to play with my levels of attachment. But I feel, and that's where I'm most concerned about screwing with other people's will, is what if theirs is wrapped around mine in some strange
Of
sense?
course it is.
Or
Of course it is. Of course.
What do you mean by of course?
I mean, of course. Exactly what you just said. Of course their will is right. It's deeper than their will is wrapped around you. It's that they are you in a broader sense. So if you fuck with them, you're fucking with yourself. And there is an equal and opposite reaction for every action. And no, there is no karmic free lunch. So I don't hand out, I would say I don't hand out get out of jail free cards, but the universe doesn't. I'm just telling you the way things are.
Well, and I don't think I'm.
And the other question is, why would you want to? Because if you're looking for a loophole in order to interact with other beings as if they're not humans,
no, that's
then,
not what
that's kind of what you're saying, as in you don't want to be entangled with them in a sense. Well, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Nor would those actions make your life better, nor would they make the world a better place, nor would they advance you towards anything except delusion in a way.
Well, I feel like I'm caught in kind of a cycle right now. And I feel like, and I don't mean like actively fucking with people. It's more so in the passive sense in that my...
Okay, so now we've at least advanced to you're intentionally passively fucking with people instead of intentionally actively fucking with people. So that's progress.
Well, no, what I mean is like, I feel like my next stage of personal development is being kind of tethered down by the place I'm at now, and it's kind of holding me back.
So why are you there?
Because I feel like I'm legitimately helping other people.
Okay. So then you're not stuck. Because you can always choose to stop helping them. But apparently now you're doing it on purpose. So you've answered your own question.
Okay.
Everything is volitional, but other people respond in kind, and the universe responds in kind. And yes, there is. See, here's what Chaos Magic got wrong, right? Nothing is true, everything is permitted. Yeah. Nothing is, but here's what it really is. Nothing is true, everything is permitted, and you have to live with the consequences. Right? And that's not a good or evil thing. That's true for all actions. That's true for good actions too. So, but it requires a very mature understanding to bear the consequences of your actions consciously rather than avoiding it. Avoiding the basically here. So here's your answer, right? You asked at the very beginning of the call, is there a way out of karma, right? My answer to you, using Chaos Magic, my answer to you is yes. Here's what it is. The karma is all the negative karma is it is generated by the seed action, right? But it is exacerbated by all of your mental and physical attempts to thrash and get away from the results, right? So the karma is reduced by consciously taking action and then consequently accepting the consequences, right? And then you're not thrashing, and you're an adult. And in order to do that properly, you need to understand that other people are just as conscious as you are, right? And that is really critical. And that right there is the metal stake that goes in the heart of Chaos Magic, right? It's like, yes, and other people are just as real. And that's the fatal error that Chaos Magic made. And when I say fatal error, I mean actual people that I know that are dead. So it's not hyperbole. The fatal error is, it's basically spiritual arrogance. But it's not just spiritual arrogance, because normal spiritual arrogance, which we all know and love, is I am holier than thou. And therefore my shit doesn't stink. Whereas Chaos Magic spiritual arrogance is essentially I'm exempt from the rules, and I don't believe anything. We are nihilist, Lebowski. That type of shit. And it's just it's a theory, but it doesn't work in practice, and it doesn't really lead anywhere either, other than to where it does lead is endless, incessant paradigm shifting without rest, and nothing to show for it at the end of it.
Yeah. No, it's a lot to think about, man. Yeah.
Other people are conscious. Other people are just as conscious as you, right? Chaos magic is not a hack out of that. There's no. It's like you can do whatever you want, right? It's free will universe. You can do whatever you want, but you have to understand that other people are just as conscious and will respond exactly how they want. And usually, if you're getting a negative response, you need to recalibrate.
Right. Well, and I don't think I'm getting a negative response, and I do believe I'm aware that they're as conscious as I am. I do believe that I do believe that to its core. Maybe I'm just too eager, maybe I'm trying to do all this.
To do what?
Just constantly thinking about what's next, how to improve, how to be better. Maybe I should take it a little bit easier on myself.
Yeah, that's called the human condition. That's solved by yoga, by the way. That has nothing to do with chaos magic. That's just fidgeting. That's what humans do.
Right. All right. Well,
and one of the things about chaos magic and paradigm shifting is it allows you to avoid yourself, because there's always one more thing to jump into.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm still experimenting. I'm still keeping a really thorough log of all this, but I just need a little bit of guidance. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, that my guidance is, what is my guidance? My guidance is settle down, right? It's like literally like you need to stop and sit and just be. And yoga helps with that, but it's like you need to be, paradigm shifting allows us to avoid ourselves. Addictions allow us to avoid ourselves. And by ourselves, I mean pain, right? But real spiritual growth comes when you stop avoiding. And I'm not saying this like it's easy, because it's not. It fucking sucks, right? It really fucking sucks. But it's the only way through it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I hear what you're saying, are you implying that you think I'm avoiding? I know it's hard to tell when you don't know the day in and day out of my existence, but just from what I'm saying, what I've said to you, is that what you're trying to get at?
Well, I don't know the day in, day out of your existence. And all that I know you is what you present to me, right? And so what I have to go on is that what you are presenting to me is what you would like me to know. And about you, right? And so my response to what you're presenting me, which of course is not your whole totality of your being, nor could it ever be, my response to what you're presenting me, the questions you're presenting me, and the way that you're responding to my responses, is I am responding to out of my own experience, right? And particularly in terms of chaos magic and how it tends to go. So in a sense, yes, I'm giving you universal answers, right? That are not about you specifically, but then again, these are universal. These are universal things. I think that from what you've said about constantly shifting paradigms, what you've said about interactions with other people, my general conclusion is that both of those things, right? Both of those things, meaning finding your groove, right? Or settling on a reality model that actually works for you, which, by the way, is not an intellectual exercise. It just comes with time. And a fuller understanding of what other people are comes from meditation, and meditation comes from sitting still for long enough. And this is always what, like, basically the chaos magicians, the only reason they ever meditated was to get better at doing magic. They never meditated just to meditate. They never meditated to understand themselves. And that's the issue right there. And that's what I've tried to modify, largely what I've tried to modify about it. And therefore, what happens is, since they don't have a clear understanding, and when I say themselves, I mean at a deep fundamental reality level, because they don't have a sense. Here, chaos magic combined with lack of deep self-awareness and awareness of other people leads to endless fulfillment of desire, right? Endless entanglement with other people, like you're mentioning, and accepting of belief systems that don't necessarily work for you. So it just leads to constant entanglement. So it creates a process of getting entangled with things karmically and then having to get yourself out, and then getting entangled and having to get yourself out. And that we call that paradigm shifting, but it's a lot of fucking work and it's really exhausting, when it would be easier to sit still long enough to determine what you truly wanted in your lifetime, because life is limited.
See, but that's the paradox though, right? It's like, if I sit and think about what I truly want out of my lifetime, and if then, my intuition tells me that what I'm currently doing in this present stage of my development is not conducive to what I feel like I really want out of this lifetime, then how do I go about fixing that without harming
others? Not a paradox at all. It's not a paradox at all. Don't fuck with me. I've been around chaos magic since the 90s. I know all these tricks and mental loops, right? It's not a paradox. You just answered your own question. If you sit, and in fact, you demonstrated the problem within the question. If you sit still long enough to realize that what you're currently doing is not what you truly want, yeah, no shit, right? That's the point, right? The point is, it's like, coming to a realization like, wow, like I'm expending all this energy and I'm doing all these things to do something that doesn't really work for me or is not working. And, and I really just need to sit and think before acting, whether that's with magic or in the traditional sense. And that in itself essentially demonstrates the issue with the chaos magic approach, which is that you're just constantly manifesting without it coming from a core place. And we don't need to talk about the true will. We don't need to talk about spirituality or God or truth or any of this shit, right? It's just like, if you're not at peace with yourself, what you manifest is more chaos, for lack of a better way of putting it. And that's not a paradox at all. It's just that you're backlogged. It's not a paradox. The paradox is just that, like, you need to slow down and allow it to smooth out on its own. And sometimes when you don't do that, it can seem like an unsolvable paradox, because it's like, well, what if this? What if I do that? What if I can't do this? But that's not actually the case at all. And with meditation, things actually tend to resolve on their own very quickly.
Well, I'll keep it up then. So
I don't know if that's exactly like what the response you were looking for, but that's my true response.
I wasn't looking for any response in particular. Like I said, it's tough when I feel like I need a teacher more locally, and I have to wait every couple weeks to be able to talk to you. But that's just the state of affairs as it stands right now. But
yeah, it's well, I'm only one man. What can I say? I mean, I know. We're working on more. The company is growing. What can I say? But the Discord is going. And did you take the Chaos Magic class?
Which one? The Alchemy of Chaos or
no, Intro to Chaos.
Yeah, both of the ones that are already on the university site. Yeah.
Okay. Because that talks about chaos magic in relation to other beings, and we're hopefully going to review that soon.
Okay.
So more content is coming.
Sweet.
All right, hang in there.
I will. Thanks, Jason.
You're welcome. Okay.